Hello guys, my name is Edgar Ayala and I'm going to talk to you about the history of the Cemex Way. Well, in 1989, Cemex completed a major step in consolidating its position in the Mexican cement market by acquiring Mexican cement producer Tolteca, making Cemex the second largest Mexican cement producer and putting it on the top 10 list of world cement producer. At the time of the acquisition, Cemex was facing mounting competition in Mexico. Just 3 months before the deal with Toluca was finalized, Swiss-based Holderbank, which held 49% of Mexico's third-largest cement producer, Apasco in the 19 market share, announced its intention to increase its cement capacity by 2 million tons. This, along with easing foreign investments regulation that will allow Holderbank to acquire a majority stakes in Apasco. Threatened Cemex position in Mexico at the time, Cemex accounting for only 33 of the percent of the Mexican market, while 91% of its sales were domestics. In 1992, Cemex acquired majority stakes in two Spanish cement companies, the Valenciana and Sanson, for one one eight million one eight billion dollars, giving it a majority market share to 28% in one of Europe's largest cement markets. The primary motivation of entering in Spain was a strategic response to Holcim's growing market share in Mexico. Sector Medina, Cemex, that is a Cemex executive VP of Planning and Finance, explained major European competitors had a very strong position in Spain, and the market had become important for them. Cemex is moving to Spain was following soon after with acquisitions in Venezuela, Colombia, and the Caribbean in the mid of 90s, and the Philippines and Indonesia in the late of 90s too. These acquisitions by and large could be seen as exploiting Cemex core capabilities, which now combine learnings from the company's operation in Mexico and Spain. And now the PMI process also underwent a significant change during this period. Attempts to impose the same management process and systems used in Mexico on the newly acquired Colombian firm resulted in an exodus of local talent. As a part of the integration phase of the PMI, the Cemex Way process involved the dispatch of a number of multinational standardizations teams made up of experts in specific functional areas. That is planning, finance, IT, and HR. In addition to a group leader and IT and HR support, each team was overseen by a Cemex executive at the VP level. The Cemex way was arguably what made Cemex PMI process so unique. While typically 20% of an acquired company their practice were retained instead of eliminating the 80% in one swift motion. Cemex Waste teams catalog and stores those practice in a centralized database. Those processes were then benchmarked against the internal and external practice. These processes that were deemed superior became enterprise standards and therefore a part of the Cemex way. Okay, one important resulting change was to redefine large markets such as the United States into these regions. Once this was done, the United States, which Cemex planners had viewed as a slow-growing market with little fit with Cemex, was transformed into a set of regions, some with growth and other characteristics more aligned with the rapidly growing market Cemex was used to. This set the foundation. This set the foundation for the acquisition of Texas-based Southern, making Cemex North America's largest cement producers. Another change was to shift the way performance was measured from an emphasis on margins, which had made cement appear much more attractive than concrete or aggregates, to return on investments, which in many cases reversed the apparent attractiveness of the different business. With this reframing, other targets were identified, most importantly RMC, a UK-based ready-mix concrete global leader. Another change was to shift the way performance was measured from an emphasis on margins, which had made cement appear much more attractive than concrete or aggregates, to return the investments. Then, now, currently, the Cemex company is considered one of the largest and most recognized companies in its industry, so its history has always been a very interesting topic, since the Cemex way is known by executives of very important companies from which they take some examples of this. When the company changed its CEO, the company experienced one of its most difficult seasons, but it was progressing and growing always in its own way until it was the leading company we know now. And that's all for me. Thank you very much for your attention. My name is Edgar Ayala.